Hello everyone, Chiori-chan here again with another tutorial on how to use Chiori-chan's web server. Today I'm going to go over a feature that I added not so long ago called on-the-fly image manipulation. This feature has got some basic features in it, and I do plan to possibly add more in the future, but for the time being it's got some basic ability to manipulate images and I've been very happy with it, so I'm here to show that today. As far as I'm aware, this is something you can't really find much in other web servers, but nevertheless, I think it's really awesome. So for starters, I'm going to go ahead and drag this picture of Anna from Frozen into my default web root. And we're going to go ahead and start the server. Okay. And I'll go ahead and refresh the page just so you can see. Now, if you haven't seen my previous tutorial, which covered how to set up Chiori-chan's web server, I would suggest you go watch that in case you need to know more information. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go /Anna.jpg. And as you can see, the picture's loaded, and it's actually a quite significantly large picture, as you can see from the full view. Something that a lot of web developers sometimes tend to run into is the need to resize down an image. And not all web developers are also graphic designers. So the server does provide a solution for that. I would recommend this not for full production environments, but it's at least something for medium traffic servers at best. All you have to do is go into the arguments, the URL of the file, and type in _. And in this case, we're going to decide to resize the width of this picture. So to do that, we can do X and then a size. For this tutorial, I'm going to do 500. So what this will do is it will resize the picture down to exactly 500 pixels wide. And as you can see, there we go. And also as proof, you can see I can't zoom the picture like I did before. This is all on the fly. It's just a matter of entering the proper URL and it gets done for you. So in the case here, you can see 500. Say I want to do it by Y, which in sense would mean the height of the picture. We could do 250. And as you can see, it just resized to half that size. You can also, another argument that's built into here that just allows just for quick resizing is just the thumb. If you put thumb in there, it automatically resizes it to, I believe, 150 pixels wide. So something that the server does is it caches these results. So if you go over to your temp directory, you'll see that I now have 3 duplicates of that original picture. As I go in here and type another size argument, you'll see that another picture is created over here in the temp directory. Now, I'm also going to go over one other thing I added here. This is a nice convenient feature, is the ability to turn the picture black and white with just using BW. So if you do the _BW, I now have the same picture, just in black and white. Now, you might be wondering what's up with the underscore in the argument name. Well, it's a feature I added to the server. It's not really quite like an argument. It's a way of kind of disguising the arguments and passing them into certain plugins. Not really, but plugins and post processors of the server. But for example, it works just the same as doing this. Just putting it as an actual argument, as well as W250. You can also do, in the case of the underscore, you can combine these two. So black and white with 250. You could do underscore W250 as well as like this. That's also another way to combine them. Something else I'm going to go over real quick in regards to these arguments is the fact that the server also has the ability for you to just be able to drop the extension off of a file. So if you ever want to just serve up a file without an extension, the server has that ability. What it does is it tallies what files begin with this name, excluding extension, and finds the best match. In this case, it found a perfect match. Same thing works with all the script files. If you go back here to the default web root, so let's say, so like as you would traditionally think, if you do the index.html, yeah, you get that, but you could also just omit that. So anyways, not to get off track here. And lastly, I will show off feature. It's ARGB. As if you know anything about color space, that would be red, green, blue, and then the A means alpha. So what this argument accepts is a hexadecimal value to change stuff about the picture. So we're going to do F for full alpha, full red, and then we'll get rid of the other two colors. That actually should have worked. Alright, let me try it. You know, I might not have actually enabled it like that. Let's try it like this. There we go. So as you can see, it just colored the picture red with full alpha and red. I can also go full green, color it green, and lastly, color it blue. If you want to only affect the alpha and not the rest of the colors, you do F on the rest of the colors and say a 50 alpha. And as you can see, it brought down the alpha 50%. So far, I am going to have to look more into this, but so far one of the problems I have with the alpha is it only blends it with a black background. I would love to make that with a transparent background, but again, like I said, this is kind of an earlier feature. It's not really super well redefined, but I do plan to do more with it later. But it does give some nice quick access to some set of features with your pictures that you might need. Most specifically the resizing with thumbnails. You know, so anyways, and just as one last check for in this video, as you can see, all those even colors that I put in ended up in the temp directory. Temp directory is wiped by the server, so you never have to actually worry about emptying this. And also, these arguments are based on, are basically MD5'd, and that's where you see these file names. So this is actually MD5 hash of the URL, and then the file name after. So that's how the server keeps track. So if you ever enter the same URL again, it'll access that. That's how it accesses its temp. So anyways, to end this video here, I will see everybody in the next video.